Hello, everyone. Sargon, Destroyer of Worlds here, and welcome back to another episode of Manor Lords. So, this is a demo that's available on the Steam Workshop until October 10th. It is likely to disappear until then. So, there's a lot of bugs. It doesn't have the full functionality of the game, but I'm in love with it. Love, love, love. Like, look at even just the landscapes. I actually feel very immersed in this. I think this is a gold standard, and this is being made basically by a single developer. Look at back up here, beep, and a little bush here that's having a problem. Two traders passing right through each other, because why not? You know, early demo, but I can forgive the animations, but it's just still so beautiful. Hey, dude. So we have a lot of things to accomplish and move forward. Now, it might seem simple as to similar to last episode. Oh, we just need to upgrade these things. But this actually will take a lot of effort. You know, in theory, there could be a milestone step in between this to kind of walk you through. The food stalls, the stalls here for the market are quite simple to produce. However, in reality, this is something that's going to take us a while to really basically have people to operate. So I'm not going to focus on that for now. We are going to work on adding some more homes, and we are going to see if we can add some in here. If we rotate, can we fit? Okay, we can only really fit one. So we'll put one along here. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to weave a road right along here. See if we can, oh, it's not going to allow us to connect. Okay, let's start from this side. Can we? No, we can't. We didn't leave enough space. But this is still going to be faster. Potentially. So we're going to weave a road that will connect up to here. We'll run one along here as well for an eventual mine placement there to get some other resources. But I am hoping that this will actually make it quicker and easier to get pelts from our hunter here all the way over to our storage. Oh, sorry, it's over here, the storehouse. Because we are going to build a few things to make some money and also provide some clothing. So if we come under our industry tab, where is it? The tannery. Here we go. So it's going to turn pelts into leather. So we do have a nice little area kind of forming here for industry. And I think if we place that, back that off, maybe put it in here. That's going to look pretty good. You can run a road right up to the intersection. In fact, we all know what happened in real life. People are going to take their own shortcuts depending on where they want to go. Now, this is where I do love Farthest Frontier, or even just the Old City Skylines, to be able to detail these areas up. Oh, a little nature reserve fencing would be so sweet. But maybe in the future, a lot of things can be added to the game, and we'll see if those come at some point in time. Now, with that, we do want to prioritize homes, because we do have the ability to get more people working. But we actually need to get the homes built before they can be added to the workforce. So the other thing is, we are going to come back to our logging camp and find where we can take some workers. I think we've got plenty of wood. We're going to take away everyone from the wood cutting, assign them to the logging camp. So we can hopefully get some more timber, because we are down to 3 timber. The next thing we can do while we're waiting for all of this, we can start planning some things out. So to add some more homes. So I just want to kind of figure out where we can add another road. Yeah, those look like nice, sizable. So right about here. But we'll add a bit of a curve. Add some little spice here. So we can put some roads, some homes here. And the other spot is we're going to come over on this side as well. I think this is a good spot to put some homes. And if we were to follow the train along here. And we'd rotate. How many can we get in this space? Okay, just the way this is going, you can kind of see them all stretching to this point. So I think if we were to do it this way first. Might have an easier time. Okay. Oh, I see what I did. I accidentally hit 2 at the beginning. I was wondering why something wasn't fully working. Yeah, you can see a beautiful layout of homes there. I would love that. But we don't have 14 timber. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure all our resources are well balanced. All our workforce, I should say. So we do have 1 at the work camp, or the hunting camp, I should say, which is needed. We then have 3 over at our logging camp. Don't need anyone really at the storehouse at this point. We turned off everyone working at the woodcutters. And we probably have somebody at the granary, which we have 2. Okay, we don't really need you guys there at this point. So I think what we can do is add another one to this hunting camp. Plenty of wild animals, 38. So one thing to notice here is these hunters will stop once this number of animals here is down to 20. So you can change the limit. Okay, bring it down to 10, or you can raise it. So 20 is the default. We can leave it for there for now. Happy with that. Very happy with that. So we have folks hard at work. And now with that said... Oh, and what's important to leave a worker free. If you want something besides homes built, I believe you do need to have an unassigned worker to work on a non-home build. So, as these guys go back, I guess they're... Where are you off to? Just idling. Okay. Unlike some other games, you don't necessarily know the time of day. But look at this. Just amazing. Love it. So we'll zip along here. And we will be back once we have some more timber to continue with the build. With the month of March upon us, we've been able to collect up to 14 timber, and the folks are hard at work. Speaking of work, we do need to assign somebody back to the granary so we can move food around. And in fact, we should assign somebody to the forager's hut so we can start collecting berries. So we do actually have some berries that did suffice throughout the winter. Oh, and we just got 30 vegetables from our vegetable garden. Nice. So we will come over to this side here, and we are going to add a series of homes. And for now, we are going to leave that plot area open. Just rotate this around. We get 4 homes, 4 crosses here, so that we can add to these. Now, the one thing I don't know, and maybe it's not the case in the demo, or maybe it is you can make these various sizes. You can also, as shown earlier, the previous episode, you can make it where you don't get across, or you can make them quite large so that the open area to put a vegetable garden or a chicken coop or the like is larger. So I don't know if that actually changes the volume of vegetables and the like that are produced. We'll find out as the game gets developed, but for here you can kind of see just how cool this is. Well, here's an example. These are all the same size. This is smaller, yet you can still add any of these, if assuming I had a tool or some money. Same thing here. So quite interesting. Don't know how that affects the gameplay at this point, but at some point in the future we will find out. But for now, we've got plenty of work for the families that are here to start building. As you can see, we have ox dropping off the wood, so it requires 2 wood. Once the wood is there, a whole bunch of folks will come running to work on this particular home, which is good. So this is the balance you need to do in this game, at least as we see it playing out with the demo, is as much as there's other things to do, you do need to make sure your workforce is balanced enough, and obviously having a positive approval. Even though it's at 42%, nobody's complaining currently too much about anything, although they will want the marketplace so that they can buy food and clothes and all that stuff. But for here and now, everyone's going to have a home. We'll increase our population that can actually work, which will actually allow us to put folks at the market when we build it, but we also need things to sell. So for that to sell, we actually need people collecting firewood, which we currently have off because we need workers doing things such as working the logging camp. Or down here, we actually do need somebody at the tannery at some point. So in fact, we've got lots of logs or lots of timber. We will assign somebody to the tannery to take the pelts. So the pelts are in the storage area. We have 29 pelts. They'll come over here. Now, what would be nice, and you see it in games like Timberborn, where one input comes in and, you know, X number of outputs come out. So it would be nice to know by seeing here, doing the conversion for us. I don't know whether it's 1 for 1, but it would be nice to know. But for now, they will do their thing. We'll just keep the production chain going. So, because that will be one of the things that we will sell to make money. So this is our regional wealth. So this is stuff we'll get from a trading post. There are things we can build later that come over for our royal tax. So we don't have any tax yet to pay. And if actually notice, our influence was previously 60. It's now up to 125. So that is good news. So we'll just keep the things going. Now I think one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to look at our logging camp. And we're going to come in. And we're going to shrink this area down. And I want to collect all the lumber in this area. So I have a little further trip to go, but I do want to clear this area so we can build some more homes, especially this clump of trees. Want to make this a large area as possible. Now on this side, I don't think we'll worry about it. There's a single tree over here, really. So let's come in and let's continue our construction. Run along here. And as you can see, we do require 14 logs. We don't have 14 logs. So let's make this area just a tad smaller. Maybe till about here. Okay, that requires 10. So I guess we'll just wait another moment or two while we wait for some more timber to be produced. Come on our logging camp. Let's add that extra available free worker to the logging camp so we can get as much timber as we can. Look at that animation. We got our garden on the go. Very nice. We have one person in our forager's hut. One person at the granary. We do have, I believe, the ability to upgrade this. Thought I had seen that. Oh yeah, so yeah, there's this. Obviously, it's missing a graphic, so you can upgrade it so it increases the limit, but also gives an extra handcart. So probably fine for now. Let's see. Can we upgrade the forager's hut? Doesn't look like it at this case. Hunting camp. No, can't. Doesn't look like we can upgrade that either. So you can build another one if you need more than 2 workers. So perhaps that is the thinking behind it. So that's fine. So what we're going to do, we will speed things along. We'll be back in a moment once we have some more timber. We've now moved forward to the month of July and a lot of rain. Now, to my knowledge, this doesn't really impact things, except maybe if you've left goods out, and so maybe they get spoiled. But we're moving along. We now have 14 timber, and you can see where we have our cut area. There's timber to be collected, more trees to come down. So we're going to leave that area. We'll come over to this area we were scoping out before. And let's see, how much can we actually make here? It's not liking something at this point, so let's start again. Oh, I see what's happening. If I brought this too much this way, so if we bring the row or this line here, there we go. And we've got room to run a road behind it if we wish. So we hit build. So I think that was 7 homes. Yeah, so we used all of our timber that we had available. So we will be getting a nice influx of 7 workers in the very near future, which is good. It's going to help feed everybody. Now, what we're going to work on next is we need to make money. One of those ways, we have our tannery on the go. So we have some leather here, and then I think we have some more here in storage. Yeah, plenty of leather in storage. So something we're going to look to sell. So we do have some options, and I think what we've done here, let's see if this will work for us. So I think it is, yeah, trade. So we have 2 things we can build here. We're going to start with the trading post. So this is going to take up, I think, all of this area. So what we're going to do, see if this will even fit within the space we have. Oh, it's not going to let us build it because we don't even have enough resources. So that's fine. So we'll speed things up just a tad. Not sure if we're going to be able to do more than I want at this point. Now this should work. Once we get this in here and we have some more timber, we can put a trading post. I think we can squeeze the market in. And then I think on the other side, we'll put in this livestock trading post, which is going to be extremely important. Allow us to get an ox, or actually multiple oxen, as well as some sheep, which will then allow us to get some wool, and then we can make that into the second cloth to help get, I guess it's yarn. So it's a second clothing type. So as soon as we get a marketplace on the go, we will be able to use the leather to get up 1. I think as well as the food. Entertainment's going to take some time. But this is why, I think of this as a demo. I think in the real game, it'll probably walk you through at least one more milestone step. Or maybe not. You can just have to figure this piece out. So which is absolutely fine. And speaking of fine, we're doing extremely fine. We have a lot of firewood, plenty of food on the go. We have obviously no crops. So we got 5 months of fuel, 5 months of food, 6 months of fuel. We got our 1 ox in there. No money to be made yet. But we've got people, lots of people, and they will soon be working extremely, extremely hard for us. So what we'll do, once again, we'll zoom right along until we have some more timber so we can start building our trading post. We've moved on to November, and I want to show you a few things. We did get a warning message, work area empty. So our logging camp, the logging we were doing up here is now done with, although it looks like a tree is either still there or growing back. But that's fine. We're going to come over here now, and we're actually going to expand this area and start clearing. Actually, you know what? Sorry. No. We will clear. Actually, I'll shrink this down. We're going to clear this area here. Nice field area. So that's one thing. Another thing that has occurred is you notice we now have 4 logs, but I had to get those because we only have 1 oxen. So I paused all of these plots that I had previously laid out. So the logs that are in storage are reserved for this. So you can't, I'd have to cancel this for those logs to become available again. But if you've overbuilt and you only have 1 ox and you need more timber, you can do that. So we're going to keep the ox working on that area for now. But I do want to come over here and come into our trade area. And we are going to place the trading post if we can fit it in here. Let's see what makes the most sense. Can we squeeze it? There we go. Can we get it down? Okay, so very finicky. Gotten a little too cheeky, and I don't know exactly which piece it's not liking. So we'll get that placed there. Connect the road. So this can start being built, and then we can start making a tad bit of money. So we can make money to buy another oxen when it becomes available. I think the other thing we're going to look at doing too, as soon as we can, we're going to build another logging camp, because timber is life. And it'd be great to get some more. Actually, you know what? It's probably not going to matter much until we get another oxen available. And we've hit winter. So I've done a few things off camera. One is I'm no longer having anyone employed at the forager's hut. So I can manually reallocate them. So there's one on the granary. And I've also turned off, thought I did, the hunting camp. So we're going to do that. Because we only have 20 wild animals. So we might as well have folks available to work elsewhere. So let's do that. Let's have a look-see. We're going to have Max at the Woodcutter's Lodge. And we're going to have folks running around at the storehouse. And working the tannery. So even with that, we still have 2 folks available to build this area here. Actually, you know what? Let's rethink that. We will have 4 folks available to work on building the trading post. Now, what is nice, you notice the oxen has come from where the storehouse is, where we have the timber. So it's got a very short distance. So it is a bit of a balancing act. What is nice is from where the logging occurs to the storehouse, it's right next door to each other. So that transportation time is minimal. And we now just have to wait to get from the storehouse to where we are building. And right now it's not too far away, which is good news. So that makes it a little quicker. Obviously, closer the better. But that's why it does take time, and it's also why I've turned off building these plots, because the oxen has to come all the way here. In fact, it might be coming all the way around. Perhaps at some point in the future when I have... Oh, I can probably just relocate it. Let's see that. Is this requiring to be rebuilt? No. Okay, so we're going to take advantage of things at the moment. Oh, and it looks like some food. Oh, it does. Okay, so unlike the hitching post, this is going to take some time to be rebuilt. If I would have known that, I wouldn't have exactly placed it in that position. But I do want to prioritize this. This is the big priority. Let's get this guy built. Because then we have a chance to make some money, which is nice. I wonder where you're going. Where are you going, ma'am? Okay, so it's partially building this. So even though it still requires 2 more lumber, it is coming here. So in this particular case, the animation, it's mostly good. Okay, I was worried. So let's come over here. Yeah, they are reconstructing this. So we are going to fix this up. I do want to come into my roads. And I do want to remove. Ooh, that removed the entire road network. That I was not expecting. So we are going to kind of come around. And perhaps the way that works is depending on where you built it. So let's have a look-see. I built this segment. Okay, so it's good to know that the segments that get deleted depends how long the segment was when you placed it. So I drew the segment in as 1, or this part of the road, and it deleted as 1, but it didn't delete the entire road coming down to here. So that's good to know. So with that, I do want to move. Oh, I think I accidentally just deleted that. Oops. Okay. I'm not sure if I got any. No, I don't think I got any of that lumber back. So it's a good thing we're not in desperate need of this. So we will come back and put the hunting camp in a spot where we're not going to uproot a tree. Although I think I just did. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay. It is what it is, so I guess you have to be a little careful. Does not look like the demolish button has a warning of, are you sure? Or maybe I just did it too quick of a click, or the fact it was work in progress. Something to be mindful of. So now with that in mind, this is almost built as the oxen comes piling out. Do you want to get this here built so we can start doing trading as a trader goes by. You'll see why in the very near future. Now, we do have a decision to make as to where we want to put our market. You know what I am thinking is we're going to come into here, remove, oh, and there we go. That's the problem. With that, let's place that to here. Remove this section. In fact, we will have that connect like this. And you'll see why here momentarily. We'll come into construction. I believe it's under village life. Yeah, and so first thing you do is you draw a market area. This doesn't add any stalls whatsoever. But what you can do now is come in and add a food stall. Now, what I'm not sure, but it looks like the arrow is where you want it to go onto the road, if possible. So the question is, I think we're going to start down here. And from what I can tell, it doesn't matter, at least in this part of the demo, how many are available. Okay, we do actually require lumber for those. In terms of the number of stalls, so I'm not sure as your population grows whether you need to add more and more stalls, even within your little county here. Perhaps as you expand and get more counties, perhaps that is necessary. Not sure. Something to keep an eye on. Okay, so now we can put one more in. Put our clothing stall in.
Let's go, people.
There we go. So those can all be built. Oh, once again, the winner. Loving it. Just look at it. Very realistic looking. Love it. Amazing. And this, given what this game is and how it's designed and how, the buildings adapt to the space, like you've got this one on the corner, very different size, and the fences connect. I have no idea how that works, but it works, and I love it. Okay, so our trading post is ready. So what we do want to do is, for now, we want to import some tools. So let's target buying 4. Now, we only have some materials to sell, so we have lots of leather. So here you can go import. We want export. Now, what isn't clear to me is the target. I'm going to assume this is the target to sell, not to keep. Oh, and we're low on food. So that's not good. Hopefully, our hunting camp is built. And as well, the animals have recovered. They've kind of recovered. So we're desperate. We're going to have to expand and once again begin the hunt. Because food is precious, the pelts are precious, and unfortunately, we only have the one hunting area. So with that said, spring is coming, which is good news because we are very low on food, and I'm not sure whether we'll officially make it through. So that hunting is extremely important. So we're going to put 2 hunters into that. We still have 2 free folks on the go. Now, I imagine, since everything... Oh, no, these stalls are being built. See them coming along. Huh. And it doesn't look like at the moment you actually need somebody there. They're just doing their thing. They're getting access, in this case, to food. It's interesting. So, but I do want to now start adding some more houses. So let's get some of these plots underway. We'll get one more on the go. I think that's fine. We got the stalls being built. And we're really going to now have to wait to build some more things in this area. We are going to need, obviously, food. So we are going to build, I think, a second forager's hut. So we'll get prepared for that. Now, unfortunately, this is one of the good and bad things about the game. We cannot build unless we actually have the construction cost on hand. So we do need 2 lumber. So we are going to have to wait for that. So I think we'll rethink what we were doing. Because I would like at least 2 timber before spring arrives. So we are going to turn that plot down to 0. So a bit of a management here. That's the fun part. It is a city builder strategy type game with a combat component that not available in this demo. Plenty of things to keep us busy in the short amount of time that the demo was available. But, you just have to speed along That's why I've done the cuts in this video, so you don't have to watch me basically do this, turn things on full bore. But, you know, it is what it is. Slow things down. Looks like our firewood is full. Or is it? Well, we got a message. No, we're fine with fuel. So we got plenty of fuel. So we're gonna basically, I think we can turn off the Woodcutter's Lodge, make as many folks available elsewhere, and really hope we can actually start selling some of our pelts, or I guess leather. Oh, why are we selling? Okay, I think I got the wrong thing for our being sold. So don't trade that. Oh no, sorry, it is the leather. Okay. Export these, s'il vous plaît. And let's assign as many people as we can. So traveling traders. These workers will travel to the nearest trade point to fulfill. So I'm not sure why that number is there. Now there are trade points. And there's one right here, from my understanding. I don't think this is what it's considering. So once again, food is remaining a problem. And it'd be nice if we had some traders arrive. You know, in theory, we can buy some food. So maybe what we can do is we can just buy some meat when it comes in. Be a bit before we get to farming. But yeah, delicate balance here if you are not careful, and I don't think we were exactly. So this will help. Keep an eye on our limit. I think what we're going to do for now is we'll lower the amount of animals to keep so we can get some more food so the village doesn't die. So far, folks are happy. They're not starving. We're barely holding on to our food. We really need winter to be finished so we can get access to the berries. But, you know, now what we should be able to see while things are ongoing here, we have 3 stalls built. And wow, look at the food types. So we've met both. We're still waiting for the clothing. Entertainment is going to take a bit. We'll jump through that ideally in another episode, because we're going to need many more people. We're going to have to get a farm going and fields going and the like. So a lot of effort here, but we need to survive. We need to survive. We're barely hanging on. We've got very, very low supplies. Oh, but we're starting to make money. Oh, that's good. So what we'll be able to do, and maybe this will be the first one. As soon as we get that, we can use 25 gold for some eggs or some milk. And these are all year round, where the vegetable gardens, which requires a tool, which we haven't purchased any yet, only provides vegetables for 3 seasons. So something to keep in mind as you build things out. Now what we can do, speaking of building, we're going to get another forager's hut built. We'll stick it back here.
Come on, people, get to work.
Get that built. This should become a high priority. So we can, ideally, as soon as spring arrives, which is very soon, we can get some workers foraging out of both areas. And we'll have to look to reallocate some resources. Yeah, granary's full. Not sure why. I think it's something to do with. Oh, I know what's going on. I think as these things get filled up and whatnot, it's causing a pantry limit. but that is not the case. Yeah, it's not coming from our hunting camp, so yeah, we're fine. As spring arrives, and so what we'll make sure is we do have workers going here on those berries. And then we can get this built. We have the oxen on its way. And I believe the AI is calculating the shortest distance. So even though the King's Road here, you think that would be faster? You know, it's not like there's speed limits, but in theory, this road would be better kept and maintained than our little smaller dirt paths that are leading into our village. Now, actually, one thing you'll notice here, this is automatic. So let me pop over here. You can... Actually, I'm not even sure why this has become... Perhaps... Oh, I think it's even smarter than I thought it was. There's more traffic probably coming along here. Where same thing here as well. Where if you look over here, these roads are much, much thinner. So we're low on food. Got it, got it, got it. It's telling me we can't forage for berries yet. But spring is arriving. Just look at this. Gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. So as spring arrives, we do need to have a look as to what we have folks working on. So we have 14 workers available. And we have some in here selling the leather. Oh, we have money. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to come here. And we're going to start with a chicken coop. So get that under construction. So that will give us some more food options. And that's the vegetable garden we already have on the go. Maybe across the street here, we will put a goat shed. So that will give us access to some more food. And we're in desperate, desperate need of food. Okay, so what else can we do while we're desperate here? That is still being constructed. It's the highest priority we have. Can probably take somebody off the granary. Hopefully soon these guys can start working and gathering the berries. Remove one for now so we can get them working on the other forager's hut. Yeah, you can see our food options have dwindled, funny enough. Depends on the home. Clothing is there. Church is probably the last thing we're going to build, but we should probably try to find an area to build that. You know what? I am thinking we're going to carve... Yeah, we're going to come up along here. And we are going to save this area for the church. So that should be big enough. We're not going to build it now. Where are we? Village life, is it? Oh, it needs to be bigger. Okay, so we are going to come into our roads. Remove that. Let's have a look again at the size of our church. Probably have it placed this way. So I think what we're going to do is we will save... I think we'll put the road, actually. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring the road up through here. And that's going to be the area for the church. Right in town. They're going to love it. We'll have to figure out where we're going to put the bar. Whoop. But I think we'll put the bar somewhere along here. I could see that as a tavern, you know, for travelers coming through, traders coming through, and the locals just on the main road. Probably get the most fare. Kind of similar to where I put this trading post. So if you look, making some money here. Yet to get the tools. But it is a grind. So, but I think with that, I think we're going to leave it here. As spring arrives, we need to collect some more timber. And next episode, we are going to tackle the farming and hopefully get the brewery up and show you some of that. So until next time, bye for now.